Good morning, friends. Happy Thursday, April 6th. Crystal here from Find Your Road Home with today's 3-card reading. Please remember, the first card is always for you. The second card is always for someone else. That someone else might be a stranger, a friend, a loved one. And the third card is always something to remember or watch for. It is often an opportunity. All right, so are you ready? You probably should sit down again today. Okay, I'm sorry to say it, just is what it is. I actually will have to, I'll be honest with you. When I pulled today's cards, they brought some tears to my eyes. Okay. Apparently for someone today, some things are going to be a little more rough than usual. The seas are going to be a little more rough than usual. It is a full moon. Okay. So the sun is in Aries, the moon is in Libra, and it's full. And what I really want to make sure everyone knows today about that is that you're going to feel this tension. You're going to feel a tension around other people's needs versus your own needs. Partnering versus being independent. Okay, so there's going to be some struggle there with those kinds of feelings. Okay, all right, so just keep that in mind. I think that kind of helps give some context to the cards. Okay, so some struggle between other people's needs and our own needs. Okay, all right, so keeping that in mind, let's listen to the reading. So the card for you today is iced. Iced, I-C-E-D, as in think of Beauty and the Beast and the rose that was in the glass that was covered up, okay? The one that the petals kept falling off, and if they all fell off, then they would all be frozen that way forever. Okay, so that's kind of the idea behind iced, except that instead of it being covered up, it's frozen, all right? So really what's going on with iced is that right now you are potentially closing yourself off to something that's important. Okay, so you're shutting yourself off from something that you need, and it's because you just don't feel right. Something just feels wrong, and so the way that you're going to handle it is you're going to freeze up and you're going to shut everything out. Okay, that's not the right way to handle it. It's an immediate stop and a toll. Okay, so you can't just avoid whatever it is by ignoring it or acting like it's not happening or whatever it is. Okay, so you feel like something's not wrong. You can't put your finger on it. It's not necessarily saying identify what it is that's wrong, but it is saying that you've got to accept that something's not right and that you have to try to process whatever this is. Like, it might be sitting there with a blow dryer, trying to thaw it out a little bit to figure it out. Okay? It is a past and it is a water. So more than likely it is about emotions. And past can make it anything. Okay? All right. So there is a cost if we don't stop trying to avoid whatever this is. It's really avoidance. Okay? All right. Card for someone else today kind of goes along the same lines. This one is must, M-U-S-T, as in have to. And what this one is saying is no, they don't have to. Okay? They might feel obligated right now. Must is typically saying that you're feeling obligated to do something. And the truth is you are not obligated to do it. You aren't required. Okay? We're all born into this life we may want to think that we have perfect lives, but we all have some kind of trauma that we are supposed to be processing in our life. Typically, it's a past life trauma. Okay? And this is where these things usually come up, where must usually applies. is there's something that you feel obligated to do, but it isn't your thing. Like someone else has projected that onto you and made it to where you feel like you're supposed to do that, but you're really not. Like, again, that struggle between others' needs and your needs today. Well, Must is saying, you got to follow your needs, friend. You don't have to do what the other people are saying. You got to do what you need to do. It's another immediate stop. But thank goodness it's not a toll. It is a waterway. So it's a go with the flow. So you got to go with the flow while still also listening to your heart and only doing what you know you should do, not what others are telling you you should do. That's going to be kind of rough. And it's still a past and it's still emotion. Like, I really feel like today is a day that a whole bunch of people in the universe are going to be dealing with some past life trauma and some inner child stuff. And that's just rough. So it's not easy, okay? And I get it. That's why I wanted to cry when I got this reading today. But full moons are the perfect time to release that kind of struggle. Okay? All right. It's not easy. I know it's not. I promise you, I know that it isn't easy to let go of those things that you feel like you're supposed to do, those obligations, but they're not yours. Okay? They're not yours. That's been one of my biggest lessons is it's not mine. It's yours or someone else's. It's not mine. And that's okay. I can watch and I don't have to participate. It's great. Sometimes you don't have a choice and you have to participate, but you can still figure out a way to set some boundaries for yourself. Okay? All right. Boundaries. Good stuff. Our friend needs some boundaries. All right. Last but never least, I hope you're still sitting. Okay? Last but never least is, honestly, this is not one of my favorite cards. Okay? I say things are my favorite all the time. This one is not my favorite. In fact, this one's probably my least favorite card. Okay? This is, you would think ugly is my least favorite, but it's not. Zero. Zero. Z-E-R-O. Zero. Zero is saying lack mentality and projecting lack mentality. So we're remembering and watching about this one today. So we do not want to project that lack mentality. All right. So lack mentality is that inability to see that I have everything I need. Okay. And instead I think I've got nothing. And I'm projecting that out there to everyone and everything in every situation. When you project that you have nothing, guess what you have? Nothing. Okay? So you got to flip that switch. Now, here's the thing. It's another immediate stop. And it's another past. Everything today, all three cards are about past. That's why I'm telling you, this is about inner child work. This is about past life trauma. This is about resolving. This is about, it's your checkpoint, friend. Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing for yourself? The struggle is about others or your needs. And all of these are saying that you need to listen to your needs. Because if your needs aren't met, how can you help anyone else? How? You can't. You can't. You just can't. Okay? So, zero is a toll. Don't project that lack mentality. If you project that onto other folks and you make it so that they're the ones having the lack mentality when it's really you, there's going to be a cost. Now, this one is an air. What that tells me with this one is that we're overthinking, okay? So don't get yourself in a loop of overthinking because overthinking does that. it creates this it's that stupid Mercury and it's that trickster. Okay. And so it creates that ridiculous soundtrack of lack mentality. And no, stop it. So I would actually like to offer a suggestion for the 0. Okay. And this one is given to me by a friend, and several of us do this, and it helps. It really helps. A gratitude journal. Okay. A daily gratitude journal really helps with that lack mentality. Focusing in and finding a positive every day, even if you're not feeling it, helps counter that lack mentality. Okay. And it allows us to see a positive. And then hopefully we can start projecting more positives as opposed to those negatives and that lack. Okay. All right. So this one I really think is a really rough one today, friends. And I don't want to say I'm sorry, because the truth is I know my mission in life is to help other people find their voice. And if we're struggling with our inner child or past life trauma or trauma from our childhood, whatever it is, we can't speak our full truth if we're struggling with that trauma. And so please don't let there be a cost. It's telling you it's time. And it's time to deal with all of that past stuff. And it's okay. All right. It really is okay to do what you need. On an airplane, you're flying with your kid. You have to take the oxygen mask first before you can give it to your kid. The same thing goes here. You can't do anything good for anyone else until you put your own mask on first. Okay? All right. I knew I was going to cry. Okay. So, Thursday, it's a full moon. We all know from this reading that it's going to be a rough day. So, go out there with kindness. Do nice things for other people. Find things that make you feel nurtured that aren't food, okay? Because these also say somebody is going to eat, all right? Don't eat your emotion today, please. Process it, journal it, call a friend and talk to someone, take a bath, take a walk if the weather allows it for you. Do something that processes, okay? And just process that emotion. Do some work for your inner child. Work on some of that past life trauma. If you don't know what any of that is, reach out to me. I can help you identify what some of those things are using your astrology chart. It's all there. It really is. It's almost creepy, but it's all there. Okay? All right. Love you all. Go out there with kindness. Do nice things for other people today, because as you know, we're all going to be struggling. Okay. Have a great day. Love you. See you tomorrow.